The Response Reaper has returned. The next video with poor arguments to respond to is the Dragon's Treasure video on Naruto about destroying world building. As much as I like Death Note, the rules of the titular book are never spelled out all at once. They never contradict one another, but they are periodically told to us through rule pages in the manga or eye catches in the anime. This often results in rules being brought up when they are necessary, so using this as an example of rigid rules that never change is probably not the best example. So one of his first actual critiques is that powerful techniques don't continue to have long hand-sign combinations like the Water Dragon Jutsu. From an in-world perspective, this can be due to the mastery of the system. Just like how Haku has a level of mastery that allows him to perform a jutsu with just one hand, characters can gain a form of mastery that allows them to shorten and sometimes eliminate their hand-sign combos. Tobirama is a good example. He can cast powerful water jutsus with one sign. Sasuke also learns to use Chidori variants without using any signs. He complains about small things like the Manji formation never being relevant again, but that's a lie. The Sasuke recovery arc spent the whole scene just for Shikamaru to come up with an effective formation to traverse the forest when chasing after Sasuke. That formation didn't have a name, but it was far more complex than the Manji formation. Then he says outside forces that aren't ninja are never threatening again. Another lie. All the way in Shippuden, the elders, Danzo, and even the daimyos were hindrances that needed to be bypassed. Danzo is technically a ninja, but the threat he posed was not due to this fact, it was due to politics. His complaints about the power escalation in part 1 are just ridiculous. Summoning giant animals is out of bounds, but a nine-tailed fox in the first chapter is fine? And Orochimaru's curse mark is just expanding the setting. A demon fox trapped within a kid is fine, but a curse mark that gives the users Orochimaru's powers is too much? That's crazy. Then he shows a montage. Hand signs never stopped being a thing. Their usage was reduced, but characters were still doing it up until the end. As I said, a form of power escalation was reducing the hand signs. He says, running out of chakra didn't matter. This is honestly a problem with any story with a sort of MP system. The characters will only run out when the author wants them to. Characters still ran out of chakra, it's just that it got rarer. The same thing can be said about stamina. If you're gonna go after Naruto, you might as well go after every battle manga for that one. Naruto wasn't Jesus. Brute force did become a major factor, but intelligence still prevailed even up until the war. Naruto Kakashi and Guy versus Obito, Sasuke versus Danzo, Itachi, and Deidara, Naruto versus Pain, etc. The supporting cast didn't become useless by the end, they still served their purpose. If you're a writer, don't listen to this guy. It's ironic that he complimented Dragon Ball's escalation while he has a problem with Naruto's. I wonder if he has the same problem with One Piece and Bleach, especially One Piece. But guess what? A lot of his comment section is positive, which goes back to what I said in my video about fandoms. It is socially acceptable to bash on Naruto, even if your logic is completely absent. That's why a video as poorly made as this one can have 1 million views and over 90% like ratio. So many synonyms, same opinions, same arguments, same lack of logic. I'm not replying to his addendum because he just doubles down on his nonsense. The proof of how bad his video is the length of my response. His was 14 minutes long and my reply is a little over 1 page. Chuckles P had a 20-minute video, just 6 minutes more, and my reply was 4.5 pages long. The arguments here were just garbage. That's part of the reason I feel obligated to make these response videos. Everyone thinks that they know about writing, when in reality, they don't. And then they spread these terrible ideas and arguments and poison the minds of impressionable writers looking for actual help. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.